Last time in the Marvel Universe. I don't remember, so let's get into this issue. I might cancel saying last time because, it doesn't really matter. We're in the here and now. Let's read the world's greatest comic magazine, The Fantastic Four. Hold your breath. Here is the return of Doctor Doom. And he looks evil for some reason. Guess we're gonna find out why. How's this for a twist, Jack? We got Doctor Doom as one of the Fantastic Four, and Mr. Fantastic himself is the villain. Our fans ought to flip over this yarn. In this epic issue, surprise follows surprise. You actually meet Lee and Kirby in this story, plus a gorgeous pinup of the Invisible Girl. Okay, that's the weirdest tagline of any of these comics I've seen so far. So we get the creators putting themselves in the comic and then a pinup. That sounds really okay. Let's get into this. The return of Doctor Doom. Don't move, Sue. I'm taking this picture of you with my electronic X-ray camera using radioactive film. Okay, perhaps this time we'll get some clue to your power of invisibility. Please hurry, Reed. It's so hot and stuffy here. While Torch keeps his flame on. Oops, sorry, Sue. I forgot. I'll fling off. Look, Johnny, my Vibralate process captured Sue's outline subtly, even though she was invisible. Now we can only duplicate the process at will. Reed, Johnny, look out the window. Our emergency signal flare. Something's up. Must be from the thing. He's the only one of us who isn't here. Yippee, this means a new adventure for us. I dig that the most. What's wrong, Reed? What are you waiting for? It's this blame door. I can't open it. The nuclear lock mechanism is jammed. Just step aside, pal. I'll burn it open in no time. Hey, what are you doing? I'm trying to stop you from blowing us up, kid. Did you forget how sensitive the nuclear device is to heat? We'll have to try another way. I'll film my way upstairs to where the Fantastic Car's garage and try to fly it down to our window from there. This is tougher than I thought. Let's see. I think it's in this direction now. Oh no, I'm in the wrong hangar. This is the pogo plane. And gas, the strain is too great. I can't stretch anymore. Ow, feels like my muscles are caught in a ringer. You shouldn't even try to reach that far, Reed. Look, I learned something new. I can concentrate my flame so much that it burns without heat. The lock's open now. Thanks, Johnny. Let's forget the Fantastic Car now. We can make better time without it. The flare came from nearby. Now you're talking. Flame on! The flare came from around this corner. The thing must be visiting his girlfriend, Alicia. Gain way, folks. I'm in a hurry. Look out, it's the Human Torch. That young show-off should be taught a lesson before he hurts somebody. Hey, there's Mr. Fantastic. Let's get his autograph. I want a piece of his uniform for a memento. Isn't he handsome? Come here, you adorable thing. Ooh, thanks heavens for my stretching powers. Well, if it isn't the famous invisible girl. So this is what you look like. You should never turn invisible, doll. This guy's like a fucking creep. How's about a smile for one of your fans? Just wait, I tell him down in the pool room that I met the invisible. Hey, what the? Get lost, repulsive. And now to get to Alicia's apartment. That must be the thing. What's wrong with that driver? Is he trying to hit me? Oh, I forgot. I'm invisible. He doesn't see me. I turn invisible now. Holy smoke, where that gal came from? Whew, he just missed me. Honestly, Alfred, it wasn't my fault. I know. I saw her too. Minutes later, it's about time you all got here. What's wrong, Thay? We thought you were in trouble. Flame off! You big baboon. It was just a false alarm. Well, tell that hothead to simmer down, mister. Since when do I have to be in trouble in order for you to send you? In order to send for you. It is my fault, Mr. Fantastic. He called you because of me. Well, no harm done, Alicia. What is thing? Blah. I want you to see what Alicia's been working on. She carved miniature statues of some of the creeps we battled in our past. Amazing. It's hard to believe a girl who cannot see can have such a marvelous talent. They're so lifelike, it's almost frightening. So we got the Mole Man, Mr. Miracle, the Scrolls, Dr. Doom, and Namor. I don't think we're gonna see Mr. Miracle for a while, but we will see the Scrolls and Mole Man again. I wonder when they'll show up again. But why'd you have to include Prince's name about those horrible messes? After all, the submariner wasn't as bad as they. I'm glad you mentioned that, Sue. I've been wanting to talk to you about this, about submariner. Mariner. I always thought we had an understanding, Sue. I thought when the time was right that you and I mean, don't say it, Reed. Please, not now, not yet. I'm not even sure of my own feelings. Boy, I'm glad I'm not old enough to have all those kind of mushy problems. And that, dear reader, is as far as Jack Kirby and I got for our story before the unexpected happened. But let us show you just how it all came about. Our scene now changes to the studio of Kirby and Lee on Madison Avenue, where we find. So for some reason we're getting a fourth wall break because I honestly don't know, but here we go. We're going into the studio of two of the famous comic artists and writer of all time, and we'll see what they're going to talk about. How about someone like this for our villain, Stan? We can call him Boss Face. Not bad, Jack, but I think he sounds a little too commonplace. Our fans have grown to expect real exciting supervillains from us. Look, here's more cameos from our characters. Thor, Ant-Man, Hulk. This is great. Too bad Dr. Doom was lost in space. He was probably the greatest villain of all. Yeah, we sure can't come up with a mess like him every day. And then it happened. Did someone mention my name? No, it can't be. It's impossible. But it is. It's Dr. Doom. He's alive. But how did you save yourself from being hurled into endless space? It's a long story. We will not discuss it now. Now I have more important matters to tend to. Now it's time for my revenge. Ugh, the face! Don't take off your mask! Don't! I do not blame you for shrinking from sight of me. I still cannot bear to gaze upon my face myself. I must remove my mask at times, time at times, else I feel it will strangle me. But enough of that. You are searching for a story. Well, I shall give you one. Here, full Mr. Fantastic, say what I tell you about your lives. Part 2. Back from the dead. Are they just in the... I don't know what's going on here, to be honest. It's really confusing. Tell Miss Fantastic to come here right away to discuss a new story with you. Try to warn him and you will be worse than this ashtrays. Don't worry, I'm more anxious to see Mr. Fantastic right now than you are. Phone call for you, Reed. It's Lee and Kirby. They like you to go to their studio to work out a plot with them. Strange, we just finished discussing a new plot yesterday. Very well, if it's important, I'll be right over. You talking to those two goons right about us? When you see him, Buster, give me a message for him. Tell him they don't stop making me look uglier than I am. I'm liable to go up there and wrap this ton iron around their skinny necks. Throw down, thing. Let me make thing. Tell me what makes you so bad-tempered all the time. You can read. This is his good-natured mood. Usually he's even more unbearable. Very funny, twerp. Who writes your gags? A local undertaker? Well, I'll go see what Lee and This is such a weird-ass story. Like, what? Like, why is the story about them meeting Jack Kirby and Stan Lee? Like, they had, like, no ideas here? You're like, well, just write about ourselves, I guess. And see what Lee and Kirby want, and then, hey, let go! Stop stretching my clothes, you two! Come on, stop it! Oh, don't be a sourpuss, partner. We just want to make sure you remember to wear your stretch. So in case you need it. What are you complaining about, rubber face? We can't make your clothes look any worse. Meanwhile, across town from the scene, our friendly horseplay we find. Doom, you're a fool if you think you can defeat the Fantastic Four. They beat you in the past, and they'll do it again. I'm not doing a voice for them because I can't do either a Jack Kirby or Stanley's voice. So yeah. Silence! There is the buzzer. Answer it. What's that? Reed Richards is outside? Yes, I'm expecting him. Show him in. Ah, my lord is ahead. Now step aside quickly. Hello, fellas. Ugh! My sleeping gas will keep him helpless until I awaken him. I have given you a card for my address. Call the other three and tell them I shall wait for them there. They will gallantly rush to save their leader, and that will be their undoing. Now I shall leave as I arrived by means of mystic science known only to Dr. Doom. Farewell for now. Gulp, it is impossible. Jackson, with a guy like that, look Doom, anything's possible. He seems so confident. I hope the Fantastic Four can defeat him. A few hours later, in the secret laboratory of the Master Menace. Awake, Reed Richards, I command you. Dr. Doom, but how? I brought you here by means of my mental teleporter. I only have to think of a place and I can be there. In a way, you are responsible for my obtaining this device as well as the other marvels I possess. Let me explain. You may remember months ago you thought you had seen the last of me as I was carried into space on a speeding meteor, but fortune was with me. Before very long, I was sighted by beings from another galaxy. They called themselves the Ovoids, and their science and culture was a million years ahead of ours. Welcome to our ship, Earthman. First thought was to protect myself from them, but I learned it was not necessary. Stay back, come any closer and I'll fire. Point your puny weapon, mortal, we mean you no harm. If we wish to injure you, we could do it by the power of thought alone. Say we can move objects of any weight as easily as you blink your eye. If I could steal some of their powers, learn their secrets, the world would be mine. But their great secret of all was the secret of switching bodies. What is wrong with him? He is dying, but it is of no importance. We shall merely take him to the extra body chamber, where he changes to a new young body which has been previously designed for him. See, by this method we are practically immortal. They were so civilized they trusted every other living thing. It was easy for me to learn their secrets and to ask them to return me to the planet Earth. Through a beam of pure energy, they lured me to my home planet to prepare for my supreme revenge. And now, armed with the skills of ovoids, plus my own brilliant scientific genius, I'm ready to undertake the complete defeat and destruction of the Fantastic Four, my first step to absolute dominion of all of Earth. Doom, I've heard enough. You're mad to think you can triumph over the four of us. Mad, am I? Just watch. For more years than I can remember, this mass of mine has been in prison, hiding a face, too gruesome for human eyes to see. But now I shall gain my freedom. Had you forgotten what I told you about the power of switching bodies? Do you suspect that all the time we were here talking, I was mentally controlling you, affecting you, changing you? Until now, alas, I have broken free of my prison. I have changed bodies with you. I've done it. I put my brain in the body of Reed Richards. I've become Dr. Doom, and yet I still have Reed Richards' brain beneath this evil exterior. I am still Mr. Fantastic, but who would believe it? Doom, I don't know how you've accomplished this horrible thing, but you won't get away with it. You're whistling in the dark, mister. I now possess all of your physical powers, plus my own knowledge of the black arts. You can't ever be a threat to me again. I can't allow you to mess an unsuspecting world in this guise, Mr. Fantastic. I'll stop you even if it means the end of both of us. Ha! Brave words from one who is now my inferior. Have you forgotten the power of Mr. Fantastic's body, a power which is now possessed by Dr. Doom? I can defeat you in 1,000 ways. You are putty in my hands. But I shall not finish you off yet. You are still useful to me, for you shall help me to conquer your three partners. And unless I miss my guess, they should be just about to make their appearance right now. That very instant. Where is he? Where's Dr. Doom? Let me at him. Part 3. The End of Mr. Fantastic. So Lee and Kirby were right. You did return. Well, I'm gonna make you wish you were back where you came from. That's it, Thing. Let him have it. Don't give him another chance to escape. Careful, Thing. You never know what trick Dr. Doom will try next. Wait, Thing, don't. I'm not Dr. Doom. I'm Reed. Do you understand? I'm Reed. Huh? What? What'd you say? Look into my eyes. Listen to my voice. Trust your senses. Your instincts. You can't tell? Can you see what's happened to me? Don't let him confuse you, Thing. You know how tricky he is. Don't let him break free. I don't need you to tell me that. I wasn't born yesterday. Why would an evil genius like Dr. Doom try to fool us with such a ridiculous story? Of course he's trying to trick us. Even now, while he's pleading for mercy, he couldn't have escaped us by using this atomic matter scrambler, which was concealed in his armor. No, I didn't know it was there. I don't believe him. Thing, listen to me. Shut up. Shut your yap, playmate, before I shut for good. You realize, at last, you cannot confuse us. You cannot divide us. We caught you again, Doom. This time you'll never escape. I'm not beaten yet. My turn will come, and when it does, not a chance, Doom, because we're gonna find a way to keep you from causing any more trouble forever. I know I'll burn out a little island surrounded by molten lava. It'll be impossible for him to cross the flaming moat. We're also create a blazing cell with Doom in the center. Once a week, I'll return to renew the flame. Stupid damn hothead, I'm sick of you always trying to hog the spotlight. You want to really steal the corny punks, toss him in that crevice in the desert, then shove a bolt over it. A bolt that no one can bulge except yours truly. Those are excellent suggestions, boys, but I have a better idea. We'll lock him in the very chamber he had prepared for us. And a moment later, wow, a thick, unbreakable plexiglass prison. Well, he runs out of air. We don't want to murder the creep. Don't worry, thing. There's a sufficient air within the dome. He'll be safe until we can find a permanent way to render him harmless. I guess harmless. I guess. But this place gives me the creeps. Ah, the others have left. I don't feel necessary to tell you that there is only enough oxygen in their cylinders to last for 1 hour, and after that, well, accidents will happen. That's it. Struggle. Out. Use out your oxygen as fast as you can. What a fitting end to my arch enemy, but you may take comfort in the knowledge that the fate I have planned for the others of three will be even more ingenious. And so farewell, you have been doubly imprisoned. I'm imprisoned behind unbreakable glass, and imprisoned forever in another body. How sweet is my revenge! Never was a triumph so complete, so glorious, no one shall ever know. To all the world I shall always be, Reed Richards. Dr. Doom has found the perfect hideout, in the form of Mr. Fantastic. Part 4, No Place to Turn. Short time later, the Fantastic Four's headquarters. Say, what's going on, Sue? Why'd you get the toy animals? They're not toys, Johnny. Incredible as it seems, they're alive. They ran out when we opened Reed's lab door. I don't get it. What new experiment is he working on now? How does it tie up to this newspaper headline? Well, we better round him up and return him to the lab before Reed gets back. Yes, you know how angry he gets if anyone interferes with his work. Big deal. What'll he do to me? Slap my wrist? Come here, you pesky critter. Well, what's going on here? It's okay, Reed. These little animals got loose and we're trying to put them back. Looks to me like you're the one with the explaining to do, buddy. I suppose you're right. You want to know where these tiny creatures came from. Damn right we do, and if you're the Joker stole them from the zoo, then I'll make all holier than thou read as much lawbreaker as anyone else. Wait, don't condemn me until you've heard my motives. I did it only for you. Look, do you see this little device? It's my new reducing ray. Reducing ray? But why? You're right, sister, you're asking for it. I'll come up with a story that'll have the three of you begging for me to seal your own doom. I hope the ray to help me increase your own powers. It may be hard for you to understand, so I'll give you an example. As you know, ages ago, the dinosaurs were the lords of the earth. But unfortunately for them, their bodies grew too large, while their brains remained the same, until they simply grew themselves out of existence. But what if they had been smaller, if their bodies had been a fraction of their natural size, and their brains would have been much larger by comparison? Today, the dinosaurs might still be rulers of the earth. I think that's not makes no sense, but whatever. I intend to use my reducing device inside of the nuclear-powered atomic activator and to subject each of us to it. Raised for a short time, we will each be reduced to a fraction of our normal size. Take the torch, for instance. Imagine if he could shrink to a much smaller size. And while shrinking, imagine if he could still remain all his awesome powers. Then, if returning to his normal size again, he would find that his powers have increased. He can maintain his flame for a much longer period of time. He could outfly a jet. He could do more things that are as yet impossible for him. And for Sue, once her powers weren't increased, she could become any part of her body invisible by simply wishing it, and she could control her invisibility for as long as she wished. And you think how desperately you have a wish to become human again. Well, once your powers have been magnified through my ray, you will achieve your heart's desire. Think, Ben Grimm, think of being able to return to your normal self by merely wishing it. Think my, what my array might mean to you, to your loved one Alicia, and now tell me that I should not have broken the law by borrowing those animals to experiment upon. Yowie, lead me to that little old ray, Daddy-o, I want to be first. Look out, you flaming feather brain, scorching me again like Then I'll reduce you to ashes. Besides, I'm going to be the first to get dosed with that ray. I'm the oldest and the strongest. Ugh, stay still, blast ya. Benjamin J. Grimm, I'm surprised at you. Have you never heard of ladies first? Where are your manners? The ray should be turned on me. It worked. They fell for my story like a ton of bricks. Reed Richards would have seen through it by a little scientific double talk can fool almost any other unsuspecting victim. Let's not rush things, my friend. Give me a few more hours to perfect the ray, and then I'll put you under it all at the same time. They're gone, the fools! I'm enjoying this too much. I can't end it so soon. I've got to toy with them a while longer to savor my planet. Cheers the thought of my greatest victory. Little did they suspect that my reducing ray does work, as I claimed. If I continue to keep the ray on the object, which is continuing to shrink and shrink and shrink, till it has shrunk into nothingness, the nothingness which is to be the fate of the invisible girl, and the torch, and the accursed thing. Meanwhile, back at the dungeon of Doctor Doom, the air begins to thin out within the undying glass cage. Must get free, somehow must find a way out. My life doesn't matter, but Sue, Johnny, Ben, can't fail them, can't let Doom destroy them. Doom's face mask, perhaps if I take it off, use it as a weapon. No, it's no good. I can't crack it enough to get through the glass. The glass is too thick. Nothing short of an explosion would wait. Explosion, that's it. These oxygen cylinders won't be any good to me soon. But now, while there is still some time, I'll, I'll put one of them in the crack. The crack I made with a helmet, then smash the other against it, and if I only can hurl it hard enough. It worked. The impact of these two oxygen cylinders caused an explosion. I'm free! Long, torturous moments later, a weary, desperate yet strangely undaunted figure enters the apartment of the gentle Alicia. Do not be alarmed. I have come because I need your help. Who are you? I'm Reed Richards, but you must give me a chance to explain. Something horrible has happened. The thing, Sue, Johnny, they're in the greatest danger. Your voice is now the voice of Mr. Fantastic. I know that is what I must make you understand. Good thing I was here visiting Alicia when Doom came in. You might have convinced the trusting child. Part 5, the real Dr. Doom. They are lucky I struck a vulnerable spot. Oh, Alicia, if I had been here to tell you the good news about Reed's rash, I share to think what might happen. I'd better call the others right away. What happened, Sue? I heard the sound of muffled blow. Could it have been the awesome Dr. Doom? Hello, operator. Give me the Fantastic Force headquarters. Hurry. Strange, beneath this cold steel, I could feel a warmth of the spirit of kindness. I don't understand. How could that be Dr. Doom? There's an aura of goodness about him, of a nobility. Alicia, you don't know what you're talking about. You're talking about the most sinister, the most ruthless menace on Earth. He's the most dangerous human of all time. Even before Alicia can frame him, the answer the door crashes open, and a thundering mass of fury muscle sees the now conscious figure before him. So, you tried to scare Alicia, did you? Nothing can save you from me now, you miserable ghoul. No thing, I meant no harm. Wait! Then give him a chance to speak. Maybe keep out of this torch. I ain't kidding now. He threatened Alicia. Do you hear me? He dared to threaten Alicia. This is it, Doom. I'm gonna demolish you. No, Thing, you can't. You mustn't. Hear me, Thing. Hear me. What's wrong with me? Why'd I stop? What can I smash it? It's all as though something inside of me is holding me back. It's your instinct, Ben. I knew it would save me. Must be losing my morals. Maybe I'm cracking up. Come on, Torch. Let's get back to headquarters. For once, I'm willing to let Reed decide what to do. Don't let you feel all mixed up. Hey, get away from our fantastic car, kid. Beat it. I told you not to park it there. Look, the torch thing, and the torch in person. Wow! Guess we can't blame kids for poking around the fantastic car thing. I do it myself if I saw it parked in the street. Who cares about that? I want to know why I couldn't pulverize Doom. What if I'm losing my guts? What if I turn into chicken? And so, blast the lock. How did Richards escape? I've got to move fast now. Reed, we brought Dr. Doom here so you could tell us what to do with him. No, no, don't ask him, not him. How can I convince you? There must be some way. There, I put electronic coil ropes on his wrists. They'll keep him harmless for a while. Now let's get to the ray. Once I've increased your power, you'll be better able to deal with Dr. Doom. Can't waste a second. I've got to dispose of these three while Richard's helpless. That's it, Sue. Now you can sit next to her. torch and the U2 thing. This is a great moment for us. They'll never know how great it. In a few seconds, I'll be rid of them forever, and then I can finish my Mr. Fantastic off at my leisure. But at that instant, a desperate figure hurls himself in the room. Don't do it! Don't let him train the ray on you. Believe what you want about me, but don't trust him. He'll destroy you. Stay back, you mouthy fool. Back, back, I say. Now I know what's been bugging me. It sounds crazy, but Reed somehow doesn't sound like Reed. I've been thinking the same thing. Let me handle this thing. I've got an idea. There's some construction men excavating a building foundation on the street below. By controlling my heat, I can warm up the particles in the air. You're here enough to cause a heat mirage, making the dynamite's reflection seem to be right in this room. Stand back, thing, and watch. What? Huh? Did that make sense to anybody else? Oh, thirsty, I get right there. Dynamite, let's go off. Got to pull the fuse before Sue and the others are injured. Dynamite, I'll be saving myself by slithering up this vent. Hey, where you going? Come back, you buster. You got a heap of explaining to do. No, let go, you fool. Are you mad? Brother, you don't know how mad crazy as it is. I believe that you would read switch bodies. Yeah, my trick worked. I knew that the real Dr. Doom would try to save his own worthless hide. The real Mr. Fantastic would try to save the rest of us. You know? Now that's but second under the staging shock of leering that his incredible scheme has been exposed. Dr. Doom authentically relaxes mental control over the two bodies in front of everyone. Startled eyes, the more awesome change takes place once more. What have I done? I myself again. I failed. I've been defeated by the cursed Fantastic Four. Stop, stay back, all of you. I'm still Dr. Doom. You'll never bring me to justice, do you hear? I'll find a way to beat you yet. Back, I say, none may lay a hand on my Dr. Doom. I still have one more ace I can play. Well, you were in my form, Richard. You never expect that my right index finger hoses a sub-miniature transitioning powered atomic blast gun that can withstand my impacts, as you shall now all learn. Doom, you're not shooting at clay pigeons. We've had plenty of practice in dodging wild, hastily aimed shots. Blast it, missed, but I hit the control panel, my reducing ray machine. Oh no! Turn it off! Do you hear? Turn it off! I'm right in the path. It's bathing me with its own deadly beam. Alright, it's off, but what? Too late. I was under it for too long. The fate I had planned for the others would now be mine. Do something. Don't let me shrink to nothingness. You gotta help me. Hurry, hurry. Quick, in a few seconds I will be too late. Oh, what a way to go. And yet, how fitting that he should meet the fate he had planned for you. Reed, after today, you will always be the top dog in this combo. He always was, Ben, but you never admitted it. Surprise follows surprise. Our next great issue, more fully details about the origin of the Fantastic Four, a special pinup with Submariner, and you meet the Impossible Man. Reserve a copy today. That's swell. Here's the gorgeous pinup, apparently, that they were hinting at the beginning. Sue Storm. The. I don't even know what that word is. Glamorous? Is it glamorous? Is that G? I'm bad at cursive. Visible girl. A request and may request. Note their details in the controls panel of the Sue section of the Fantastic Car. Apparently they're noting that. Love and kisses to my wonderful fans. Sue. Golly. In the next issue, I don't know what we're doing. I think it's Thor. But the next Fantastic Four issue, we get to meet the Impossible Man. See you then.